Hi, I'm Justin M. Frank, and I'm here to share with you today 13 awesome tips and hacks for everyday carry. EDC, or everyday carry, isn't just about looking tactical or collecting gear. It's about having the right tools in the real world for situations big and small. Today, I'm sharing 13 game changing tips that I personally use that will help you stay more prepared, more organized, and even safer. So let's get into it. Number one, turn your flashlight into a lantern with a rubber band or paper cover, or a pre bought one. Flashlights are great for their focused beams, but if you need soft, room filling light instead, that's where this hack comes in handy. Wrap a translucent piece of wax paper or even a thin napkin over the front of your flashlight and secure it with a rubber band. You just turn your flashlight with a directional beam into a lantern. Just make sure that you secure the paper far enough away from the actual flashlight so that it doesn't catch the paper on fire or cause any other issues. This is an incredibly useful feature during power outages, while camping, or in emergency situations where you need to light up, say, a tent, a room, or a trunk of a car. Just one spot. Instead, you have a diffused light, making it easier on your eyes when reading a map or looking for supplies. No extra gear needed, just a small tweak of what you're already using and what you already have. So to show you this as an example, I have my Warrior Mini from Olight Special Edition. I'm going to take this piece of note paper, just going to fold it in half like that, making sure I leave some space for the light to shine upward. And as another precaution, I usually just like to leave the light on medium or high at the most. I usually don't turn on turbo while I have these set up like this, but see, I have it set like this, and now I can just press the button, and boom, I have some diffused light that I can use as a mini lantern. Alternatively, if you want to be more prepared ahead of time, they have these, let me see if I can find it, these little rubber covers. I got this from Streamlight, but you can buy them on Amazon or other places, and it fits over the head of most flashlights because it's rubber, so it moves and bends. And with that, now I have red light, and that I can turn it up to a higher setting without having to worry it catching on fire. So that's hack number one, turning your light into a lantern for diffused use across a room rather than a focused beam. Moving to suggestion slash tip slash hack number two, carry a metal pen as a non-lethal defensive tool. For example, this Surefire pen makes an excellent Kubotan-like device for striking pressure points. A high quality metal pen does more than just write, which is also in itself very useful. In a pinch, it becomes an improvised self defensive tool that is legal to carry about everywhere, which is great. Unlike a knife or a firearm, it doesn't raise eyebrows at airports or in offices. And if needed, you can use it to jab, strike, or create distance from an attacker. The shape and weight of a metal pen make it perfect for pressure point strikes, like a Kubotan and hammer fist blows. Some even have built-in glass breakers, but if not, just the pen itself can be used as an improvised glass breaker, which can be a life-saving device in an emergency vehicle situation. And hey, worst case scenario, you still have a sturdy, reliable, good pen to write with throughout the day. Another great example is this from Tactical Turn. This is a zirconium pen with Damascus clip and bolt. Very special pen to me, but it doubles as a striking weapon in a pinch when I need it. Staying in the theme of pens, tip number three is use a Fisher Space Pen refill in your everyday carry pen. Let's face it, most pens fail at the worst possible times. Enter the Fisher Space Pen refill. Originally designed for NASA, this pressurized ink cartridge lets you write upside down, underwater, in the rain, and even on gross, greasy, or dusty paper. You can even write on metal or glass in some instances. It's a very reliable cartridge, and it comes in a size that fits most pens. This is my main EDC pen, although I carry a lot of them, but it's a standard pen size. It's called a Parker style refill, and a lot of pens fit it, so it's very versatile and can write on pretty much anything and always writes when you start. It doesn't have that necessity to scribble around before the pen starts to write. This makes a huge difference. Whether your thoughts, sketches, or contact details are written down, they won't vanish and disappear because of bad moisture or other things going on. Best of all, it fits into most popular EDC pens, giving you a tactile, reliable option without sacrificing style or form factor and allowing you to pick the pen that you like best. Tip number 4, clip light knives or pens through your front belt loop. To show you an example, I have this Spyderco knife right here. Just go ahead and clip it through my belt loop, and then it will shine or fit nicely right there and still have easy access. And you can do that with small pens and small flashlights as well, freeing up space in the pocket. So if you're running out of pocket space, clip your small flashlight, pen, or folding knife through your front belt loop of your pants. This gets your gear out of your pockets and improves comfort and accessibility. It's especially useful if you're wearing slim-fitting jeans or dress pants where bulky gear can be annoying or impractical. This placement makes the gear easy to grab without twisting your body and keeps it within reach even when you're seated or crouching, as I just demonstrated. It's a subtle placement too, great for those who want function without flashing their setup to everybody. Moving on to tip number 5, carry a flat flashlight in the outer edge of your back pocket, and emphasis on the outer edge. Let me demonstrate that. Here as an example, in my back pocket, I have the Nikkor EDC29, and you can see that it's pushed all the way over as close to my hip as possible. And the reason for that is that when I sit down, my weight will barely be on that point, so I'll barely notice it in my pocket. You can do this with rounded flashlights as well, depending on the pants and how far over you can slide it, but it's best with flat flashlights. Most people avoid carrying anything in their back pocket, and for good reason. Sit down on a crunchy flashlight and you're asking for discomfort, back pain, and even damage to the light. That's why I recommend a flat style flashlight like a Nikkor EDC29, like the one I just showed you, or one of my favorite flashlights, the Surefire Stiletto 2, or the other stilettos in the line. Positioned in the far outside edge of your rear pocket to avoid weight being directly on it. It rides flat and slim, so you barely notice it when seated, but it's still accessible with a quick reach behind. Ideal for people who sit at a desk, drive a lot, or move in and out of vehicles. It's the perfect balance of invisibility and readiness, allowing you to make use of those back pockets, which, as anyone who's in the EDC community knows, you are always looking for more pocket space, and that's a way to achieve that easily. Hack number 6, buy yourself an Olight magnetic flashlight holder to put through your belt loop, just like this, or something similar. Again, this frees up pocket space and allows for easy, quick access. I'll take my light and I'll just quickly magnetize it to that, and if I need it, I can just grab it quickly and easily, and it's definitely secure, it's not going anywhere. If you use your flashlight at work, say car repair, warehouse checks, or camping, holding the light in your hands gets old fast and you sometimes don't have the pockets needed to carry everything. That's where a magnetic clip holder comes in. Feed it through your belt loop and now your flashlight can stick out just hanging on the magnetic and be pulled on and off easily while using just one hand to take it off and put it back on. Bonus, the magnet can also be great for picking up drop screws or other small things on the ground that are magnetic. Moving to hack number 7, use a lighter to clean off sticky blades and tools. Over time, your knife or multi-tool collects grime, adhesives, and other junk that soap and water just can't remove. A quick blast from a lighter, just a second or two, heats up the surface and softens the residue. Then just wipe it with a cloth or tissue. It's like hitting a reset button for your tools, especially after cutting through tape, rope, zip ties, or anything else rubbery. Just be cautious. Don't overheat the knife and damage it or hurt yourself. A controlled flick is all you need. To demonstrate with this knife and my DuPont lighter here, you have a dirty blade like this, which is actually not that dirty. You just want to get your lighter and just quickly move it back and forth for just a few moments. Do it on the opposite side, remembering to move quickly so you don't damage the blade. And now that it's warm, you just wipe it off. Moving on to tip number 8. You can clip your gear inside of your pants on the opposite side as you would clip your gun. If you carry a firearm at the 4 o'clock position behind your dominant hip, consider placing your knife, flashlight, or multi-tool on the opposite side at the 8 o'clock position. This setup keeps your gear balanced and accessible without reaching across your waistband. It's also safer in physical conditions. You don't want all your tools clustered on one side where someone could grab everything at once. Spreading out your gear lets you access essentials even with just one hand or if it's injured or pinned. Bonus, gear is this spot stays flat and out of the way under most jackets and shirts, so it is concealed just like your firearm would be concealed and leaves pocket space available. Now, moving on to trick tip slash hack number 9, match your belt to your gear, especially if you're carrying a gun. A weak belt is a liability. If you're carrying a gun, a heavy multi tool, or even a phone holster, you need a belt that will not sag, twist, or stretch. A purpose-built everyday carry belt or a gun belt provides structure and support, keeping your gear secure and safe as you move throughout the day. Plus, it just looks cleaner. Matching your belt to your gear also gives professional and intentional appearance. You don't want anything sagging, torn belt, drawing attention, or making you uncomfortable throughout your day. The right belt is the backbone of your everyday carry system, so take it seriously. Moving on to tip number 10, pick out and carry a multi-tool that you can access with one hand. Picture this. You're hanging off a ladder with one hand holding up a pipe. Well, you need a screwdriver and you realize that you need it fast. A one-handed multi-tool like a Leatherman Free Series, this is the Leatherman P4, or a Gerber Skeletool lets you open the tool with one hand. No nail breaking, no fumbling. This matters in emergencies and when you are multitasking. A tool you can't access quickly is no good under pressure. Plus, it's satisfying to flip open a multi-tool with one hand. You kind of feel a bit like MacGyver. Now moving on to hack slash tip number 11, balance your gear between your right and left side. You want to have a lethal and non-lethal option on both sides of your body. One side heavy, one side light. You'll notice that imbalance over time, it will be bad for your back and body as a whole. It's causing discomfort and can slow down your draw speeds in emergency situations. A balanced EDC setup isn't just about comfort, it's about functionality. I recommend putting your gun and a tactical pen, both potentially offensive tools, on your dominant side. Then keep your flashlight and a knife, more utility focused, on your non-dominant side. This way, each hand has access to both a lethal and non-lethal tool, depending on the situation. In high-stress scenarios, symmetry, speed, and options are crucial. So I would highly recommend that you balance both sides of your body, giving you options. Moving on to tip slash hack number 12. Carry two knives, a working larger tactical knife and a gentleman's knife. Not every situation calls for a 4-inch tactical folder with a serrated blade. That's where your gentleman's knife comes in. Slim, non-threatening, which is crucial in a lot of situations, and perfect for opening packages, cutting string, or peeling fruit. Reserve your larger knife for heavy-duty tasks, outdoor use, and emergency defensive situations. By having both, you are being respectful to your social setting while staying fully prepared. It's the equivalent of having both a steel-toed boot and dress shoes. Right tool for the right moment. If you're at work and you have an OTF or a large tactical or work knife, you don't want to scare your coworkers by busting that out. Or even if you're at the mall or a more public setting, it's nice to have an option like this small Spyderco to take out and use that will not intimidate people or give away the fact that you are carrying a knife and are tactically ready. That's why it's good to have both depending on the situation you're in. Finally, moving on to my 13th tip slash hack, and the one that I think is forgotten about or slept on the most, but actually incredibly important for my everyday carry setup and something that I think you could find useful as well. This tip is carry a field recorder with you, like this, the Sony PCM A10. Most people think, why would I carry a separate recorder? My phone can record anything by itself. And sure, it can, and that's fine. But let's talk about a dedicated field recorder, like this Sony, again, the PCM A10. It is a superior tool for everyday carry, especially if you value clarity, reliability, and focus. First, sound quality. These recorders have studio-grade microphones with wider dynamic range and cleaner signals. You will capture richer detail whether you're documenting a conversation, recording an idea, or capturing environmental noise for a creative project. Second, recording time. Many field recorders often offer dozens or hundreds of hours of high quality recording, and they run off very little power. So they're ultra efficient and stay on for a very long period of time. So you're not draining your phone battery just to capture a few notes or memos. That means your phone stays free for calls, navigations, and emergencies. Now let's talk about reliability, one of the biggest factors here, I think. A field recorder has a hold switch, which locks all the buttons, meaning that you can throw it in your bag or pocket and not worry about accidentally stopping the recorder. How many times with your phone have you accidentally pressed a button and done something you didn't mean to do when you put your phone in your pocket or away? This prevents that and also prevents things that would interrupt, like phone calls or messages that would interrupt your recording. And lastly, something that's often overlooked, but I think is also vitally important, and perhaps the most underrated benefit, is the psychological aspect of it. Carrying a dedicated recorder is like having a personal assistant in your pocket. It serves as a constant reminder to document ideas, reflections, or important conversations without distractions from social media or notifications that would pull away your focus. Whether you're a journalist, a business professional, creative, or just someone who wants to remember more and forget less, a pocket recorder is one of those EDC tools that pays for itself over and over. I can't emphasize how much this tool has changed my life and how useful it is, and how much a actual dedicated recorder can help. Well, there you have it, y'all. I hope these 13 tricks and tips helped you. They're supposed to optimize your everyday carry for comfort, safety, and real-world practicality. Whether you're new to EDC or a seasoned carrier like myself, these tricks will help level you up without overloading your pockets or breaking your bank or back. In this video, if it helped you, give it a like, drop a comment which tip was most helpful for you, or leave a tip that you think others could benefit from. I really appreciate you watching this. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.